Hey class, what I'm going to talk about for this TED Talks style assignment is marketing strategies, specifically catering to aviation industry, and more specifically the private realm of fractional ownership and charter companies and things like that. I've worked for one of those companies in the past, so I thought I'd talk about that a little more specifically. Before I started this class, I had really just a vague idea of what marketing was. When I thought of marketing, I thought of just coming up with an ad, putting it out there, and then, somehow tracking the success of that ad so that you could, go on from there. But really, the specifics of how all that occurred and the processes of that were a little lost on me. So what I've learned now is that there's a lot more to it, and there's steps you can take and systems that you can follow, and it's a huge component of a business, especially in this day and age with the internet and social media becoming, Instagram becoming like one of the largest platforms for companies getting their names out there. So there's some guidelines that I've learned about following a pathway towards the best marketing strategy for a particular company, whatever it may be. Like I said, I'll talk about aviation and fractional ownership. You got to have a system for marketing instead of just random events of ad campaigns and just hoping for the best, hoping that they work and that people will like them. You have to have a system, whether hiring a company or somebody from within that uses measurements and grading your content to evaluate the effectiveness of it. Some of the most popular channels for marketing in aviation consist of word of mouth, social media, and search engine optimization. I believe that word of mouth in this specific part of aviation is probably the biggest thing. That you're going to have companies that talk to other companies or individuals that talk to other individuals that are just as successful and can afford these types of services. That if somebody's looking for this kind of thing, they're going to rely heavily on the experience of somebody who's already been doing it and deciding with what company that they want to go with. So that's definitely key. Getting a customer database with software which allows you to track what is being sent to who in order to evenly distribute new information through the proper channels. A private charter company, they could either outsource, like I said, their marketing if they have the capital for that, and outsourcing it to a company that can analyze the data that they can use to improve their marketing campaigns. Or they can hire, one person or a small team to do that from within the company, finding the channel that creates the most hits and the most, direct inquiries from a potential customer. They can focus their efforts and their money on that, but also having a wider breadth of channels, not just focusing on one. But making the one that's most successful the primary one. Doing this leads to a need for a sale, which then creates an opportunity for a sell, which is a face-to-face marketing to new clients. Offer referral incentives and things like that, like a word of mouth marketing, which is very important. A company can also do market research by acting as a customer in order to find out how relevant their company is within the niche of private flying by using all the various media and search engine tools that are out there that we all use today. I know for me, I've seen that a company in private aviation is it's really important for them to appear, cool to their potential customers. Really, They are going to be seen at private airports. They're going to be talked about. People look at the types of planes that they're flying, what kind of fleet they have, and they're also going to be looking at the pilots. What is their uniform? What is their demeanor, their attitude? How do they treat their customers? Things like that. And really, you have to, from the outside, a lot of these companies can look the same to somebody who doesn't, know the specifics. So you really have to stand out. And like the company that I worked for, they flew a smaller type of plane, a smaller single engine turboprop. And so really focusing on like, what kind of plane do you offer, and how is it going to, apart from everything else that may be out there flying faster, and that company did so by really selling the ability to get into short field, and that's how they were able to, gas efficiency as well, which in turn led to smaller hourly costs for the customer, which is huge. But really offering the same kind of interior on the plane and all the same, catering services that other companies would offer. So, like I said, they have to maintain that allure, because the reality is that customers will rely on the reputation that you have. So upholding that will go a long way into attaining new customers, and with that word of mouth. Let's see. Maintaining that positive brand image, as well as customer satisfaction. That's going to lead to year after year of profits, which will in turn lead to a growing fleet, maybe buying new, better, faster airplanes, bigger marketing campaigns, and then that's kind of the cycle that will continue and promote growth within the company. So those are just some of the basic marketing strategies that a company can focus on when they're getting started. And I think ultimately it is worth it to invest a good portion of your capital into making sure that people hear about you. And the nice thing about technology these days is that there's companies that can track this information and allow you to improve as time goes on. So that's all I have for my assignment. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and look forward to watching some other videos and providing some feedback on those. So thank you.